I'm actually pitching here today one of my idea, which is about the siren. We kept it as the name as a siren because it involves electronic siren, which makes the sound. So this is actually currently it's funded by two members. One of I'm the co-founder, and the other is my wife, who is the founder of this company. So the first thing that I wanted to understand, I wanted to inform is what's the problem that we are going to solve today. The most problem that we are facing is the women's safety in today's world. So what are the problems? And the second problem we are going to solve is for senior citizens. So there are two concerns that today people have, one for the women's safety and one for the senior citizens. So if you see, nowadays the streets are full of any chain smugglers, or in case of any pocket, any jewelry thefts. All these things are very common in today's streets. So how do you save them? How do you happen to make sure that these things are not happening again and again in today's world? So for that reason, on an average, I just give you some numbers here. So on an average, there are about 10 reports of a molestation or a chain snatching in a metropolitan cities. Overall, I'm just checking a small area here, but if you take a big Bangalore like a metropolitan city, it will be even more reports happening today. And then unfortunately, we have like if you see the Indian police, there are like 15 police people to save around 1,000 people. So it's actually huge. You cannot have every time the problem will be solved by police people. So that's the idea here. Then there is one more angle that we introduced is for how do you save a senior citizens who are living alone in an apartment or in a house. Where, for example, their son or daughter or everybody goes out for work, and they have a singly living in their house. And if they met with an accident, where we call it as a golden hour, which is like within the incident happened, if you take them to the hospital, it can save their lives. So that's the golden hour that we wanted to target. And the next one is this is the trend that we are seeing today, the nuclear family trend, where a couple and their children, and max there is a single parent in the house. So that's kind of nuclear family we are going today. So the major concern here is safety is the major concern of today in terms of women or in terms of senior citizens. So what's the solution? The solution is what we are trying to solve is avoid the crime instead of let it happen and then investigate, right? So avoiding is better than that. To need to build this the system, what we want to do is we kind of need an awareness in the system where people come out and help the others, right? So how do you do that? How come a neighbor or a street on a person who is going on a street comes to know there is a crime happening, right? Is there some smuggler is out or anybody who is in danger? How does they do it? The answer is the siren, which will help in connecting victim with the big-hearted neighbors who can come out and help, right? So this is one of our famous wordings from the Sanskrit, the Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, right? I mean, everybody treat them as a family. Instead of like today's word, we don't even go to neighbors and talk to them, right? But this is a need of an hour where we see layout people is our family, which are living in our layout, or the apartment people who are living in our apartment is our family. Like go out and help them if there is some kind of a need is there.